Good morning, scholars. Welcome back to the Kemet Messiah Academy. This morning we're going to be looking at calculating the missing angles of a circle. So we have been doing a number of videos on the circle, and if you want to master the circle at a grade 5 level, I would suggest that you check out each of those videos. So there was a video done, an introductory video to the circle, the terms used when talking about the circle, the parts of the circle and what they mean. We did a special video showing the relationship between the circumference and the diameter, one showing the relationship between the diameter and the radius, and there's a video about calculating the circumference and one about calculating the area of the circle. So check out each of those, 6 videos in all on the circle at the grade 5 level. And of course, at the different levels, we have other videos that are more advanced, featuring the circle as well. So this video, we're focusing on calculating the missing angle in the circle at the grade 5 level. So it's not really very complicated. Just one missing angle, right? Easy stuff. So remember, the angles in a circle add up to 360 degrees. So that's a complete revolution about the axis. 360 degrees, a complete turn, one complete turn. So angles are measured in degrees, of course. Well, there are other units angles can be measured in, but for now, we're focusing on the degree. And this is the symbol for the degree, a tiny little circle written to the right hand, the top right hand of the measurement of the degree. So calculate the missing angles in the circle. So if we know that the angles in a circle add up to 360 degrees, then if we're given, let's say the circle is divided into 2 angles and we are told one of them, then we simply need to subtract the one that we know from the full 360 and we will find the missing angle. It's as simple as that, right? If 2 angles, remember you can divide the circle into any number of angles. But let's say we divide it into 2 angles and you know one of them, just take the one that you know from the full 360 and you will get the missing one. If it's divided into 3 angles and you're told 2 of them, add the 2 that you know and take it from the 360 and you will find the third. Using that concept, that principle, that's how we're going to find the missing angles for all of these circles. So we're told this circle is divided into angle P, which is the missing angle. We don't know what P is, but we know that this minor angle here, the smaller angle, is 83 degrees. So since we know that all the angles in the circle, no matter how many angles we divide them up into, all of them must add up to 360. So all we need to do then is to take out the 83 degrees that we already know and see what's left. And what is left will represent the missing angle P. So then angle P will be equal to the full 360 degrees minus 83 degrees. And that's 277 degrees. 277 degrees, this big angle here, so this would be a reflex angle. Because remember, reflex angles are more than 180 and less than 360. So this would be a reflex angle, and this one here would be an acute angle, less than 90 degrees. Now they want us, for this circle, they want us to find what is y. But they have not told us what the other angle is. Or have they? Have they told us what the other angle is? The minute we see this little box representing an angle, that box means 90 degrees. This is a 90-degree angle or a right angle. So they don't have to write it. As a matter of fact, you're hardly ever going to see 90 degrees written for an angle. More than likely, you're just going to see this little box here. But you should know, because you're a scholar of mathematics, you should know wherever you see this little box, it represents 90 degrees, a right angle. Therefore, even though they didn't write 90 degrees, we know it's 90 degrees, and we know that the full circle is 360 degrees. So angle Y is going to be 360 degrees minus 90 degrees. And that is 270 degrees. Right? 270 degrees. So this is one quadrant of the circle. Remember, the circle is divided into 4 quadrants, each of them 90 degrees. So this actually represents one quadrant. It's a full right angle, exactly 90 degrees. And the other 3 quadrants would make up all of this angle here, 270 degrees. Alright, how about this circle? It's divided into 2 angles. We know one of them. We know one of them is 106 degrees. We need to know the other one. But it's easy for us because we know that the 2 angles must add up to 360 degrees. So since we know that, then angle W is going to be 360 degrees minus 106 degrees. And angle W then is 254 degrees, which is a reflex angle. It's more than 180 degrees, less than 360. It's a reflex angle. This angle here is an obtuse angle. So it's more than 90 degrees, less than 180. Now, we want angle X. We are given 320 degrees. That's a huge angle there. A huge reflex angle there. 320 degrees. We want this acute angle, this tiny angle here. So since they both add up to 360, then angle X would be 360, the full circle, minus the angle that we know already, the 320, and that is 40 degrees. So angle X is equal to 40 degrees. That's an acute angle, a tiny angle, less than 90 degrees. Alright, so here we have a reflex angle, 290 degrees. We want the acute angle, so we're going to take the 290 degrees from the full 360 degrees, and that is 70 degrees. That acute angle there is 70 degrees. How about this? What's the measurement of angle X? We're not told what the other angle is. We know that the circle is divided into 2 parts, so that's 2 angles formed. But what is the measurement of the other one? We need to know that so we can subtract it from the 360. How are we going to solve this one? Well, looking at this, we see that this is the diameter. It's a straight line across the middle of the circle. Therefore, this angle must be half of the full circle. The full circle is 360 degrees. This is a straight line. This is the diameter running across the middle of the circle. So the angle formed along the diameter is half, or 360 degrees divided by 2, which is 2 into 3, 1 time, remainder 1, 2 into 16, 8, 180 degrees. So remember that. the angle formed on any straight line is 180 degrees. Angles on a straight line equal 180 degrees. So the diameter divides the circle into two 180 degree angles. One above it, one below it. Or even if the diameter was drawn slant, oblique, or vertical, or it doesn't matter which orientation, once it's the diameter, it's going to cut the circle into two equal parts, and each angle formed is 180 degrees. When we add them together, 180 plus 180, we get the full 360 degrees. How about these angles? We want x, right? Looking at the circle is divided up into a number of equal parts. So each angle here is equal. So then we need to count how many angles they are. Since they are equal angles, what we can do is just divide the full 360 degrees by that number of angles, how many equal angles. So let's see, starting at x, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 equal angles. So x would be 360 divided by 16, and we can reduce it. So 4 into 16 goes 4, and 4 into 36 goes 90, and 4 into 90, so 4 into 9, 2 times remainder 1, 4 into 10, 2 times, so that's 22 and a half. 22 and a half degrees. Each of those angles, 23 and a half degrees. Alright, so finally, we have 265 degrees. That's a reflex angle, and we want the acute angle as formed at P. So since we know they both add up to 360 degrees, for angle P, we're just going to subtract the 265 degrees from the 360 degrees, because the two angles add up to give the two angles add up to give 360, right? So 6 from 15, that's 9. So angle P is 95 degrees. Alright, so the basic idea is, since the angles in a circle add up to 360 degrees, if we know one angle and the circle is divided into two angles, we simply take the angle that we know from the full 360 and we get the missing angle. If the circle is divided into a number of equal parts, just count how many parts and divide the 360 by that number of parts. Look out for the special angles like the 90-degree angle, the straight angle, the 180-degree angle. They are not going to tell you what these angles are, but you should be able to look at them and know. Look at the clues and know which angles you're dealing with. But the main idea is you subtract what you know from the full 360 to get the missing angle. Alright, so look out for those videos on the circle, all 6 videos featuring the circle at the grade 5 level. If you have benefited from this video, just drop a line in the comments to say, Miss, I've benefited and thank you. And please share the video so other students might benefit as well. If you have not subscribed to the channel, the Kemet Masai Academy channel, please do so. And let me know if you want me to do videos on any particular topic, and I'll do that for you. My scholars, take care, keep practicing your math, and share the information. I'll see you in the next video.